Have you ever sensed something unsettling in your home, but couldn't quite explain it? A heaviness in the air, unexplained tension between family members, or that peculiar feeling of being watched when no one else is around? If you've experienced recurring arguments that erupt without clear cause, difficulty sleeping or persistent nightmares, financial struggles that seem to have no explanation, a sense of heaviness or oppression in certain rooms. What if I told you that Padre Pio, one of the most spiritually gifted saints of our time, identified 3 specific objects that could be causing these disturbances right now in your home? I'm about to share something that many spiritual leaders hesitate to discuss publicly. If you're watching this video, it may be divine guidance that led you here today. Before I reveal these 3 objects, I want you to take a moment. Look around your living space, that innocent-looking decoration you've had for years, the family heirloom you've never questioned, or that gift you received and displayed out of politeness. Any of these could be silently disrupting your home's spiritual harmony. This isn't about superstition or folk tales. This is about the profound spiritual wisdom Padre Pio gained through his extraordinary gifts. Gifts so powerful that witnesses reported seeing him bilocate and read souls. In his private counseling sessions, which few have access to, Padre Pio specifically warned about certain objects that act as spiritual interference. His warnings, documented by his closest disciples but rarely shared widely, have helped countless families restore peace to troubled homes. Then I urge you to watch this entire video. The information I'm about to share could transform your home environment and the well-being of everyone living there. What makes this message so urgent? Because every day these objects remain in your home, they continue to affect your family's harmony, prosperity, and spiritual protection. The solution is simpler than you might think. But first, you need to identify these objects correctly. If you're committed to creating a spiritually protected home, type, "I'm ready to restore peace," in the comments below. Now let me reveal the first object Padre Pio warned against. The first object Padre Pio urgently warned against might be hiding in plain sight in your home right now. According to his private teachings, shared only with his closest spiritual children, this object creates fractures in your home's spiritual shield. I'm talking about cracked or broken mirrors. But surely this is just an old superstition, you might wonder. Padre Pio, with his remarkable gift of spiritual sight, explained something far deeper than folklore. During his counseling of a troubled family in 1957, a case documented in the lesser-known collection of his pastoral works, he identified their broken mirror as the source of their domestic discord. But why would a broken mirror cause spiritual disruption? According to Padre Pio's explanation, mirrors serve as more than reflective surfaces. They represent clarity and truth in our spaces. When intact, they help maintain spiritual alignment. But when fractured, they distort not just physical reflections, but spiritual energy as well. Each crack becomes what Padre Pio called a line of discord, linea di discordia, creating subtle but persistent disturbances in your home's atmosphere. You might be thinking, the crack in my mirror is so small, surely it doesn't matter. Let me share something most people don't know. In Padre Pio's counseling notes, preserved at San Giovanni Rotondo but rarely translated, he specifically mentions that the size of the damage is irrelevant. Even hairline fractures can cause significant spiritual interference. The spiritual impact manifests as unexplained tension between family members, difficulty in clear communication, a subtle but persistent feeling of unease, obstacles to prayers being answered. Look carefully around your home now. Check bathroom mirrors, decorative wall mirrors, even small cosmetic mirrors in drawers. Any crack, chip, or fracture could be affecting your home's spiritual harmony. The proper way to address this issue requires more than just disposal. Padre Pio provided specific guidance on how to remove these objects safely. Carefully wrap the broken mirror in white cloth. While wrapping, recite a prayer of protection. Padre Pio recommended the prayer to St. Michael. Dispose of it respectfully, never throw it forcefully. Cleanse the area where it hung with blessed water, or if unavailable, water mixed with sea salt. After proper removal, many families report immediate relief. A lightness returns to the home, communication improves, and that inexplicable tension dissolves. But this is just the beginning of what Padre Pio revealed. The second object is even more common in modern homes, and its presence might explain persistent problems you've been experiencing. The second object Padre Pio warned about might surprise you, especially since it has become increasingly popular in-home decor in recent years. According to rare testimonies from those who received Padre Pio's spiritual direction, he specifically cautioned against decorative owl images and figurines in the home. You might be wondering, what could possibly be wrong with owl decorations? This warning comes from Padre Pio's deeper understanding of symbolic meanings and their spiritual resonance. In a lesser-known letter to a spiritual daughter in 1959, he explained that while owls in nature are God's creatures with their proper place, their symbolic representations in home decor can inadvertently create what he called punti di attrazione, points of attraction for unsettled energies. What makes this warning so important today is how owl imagery has exploded in popularity. They appear on throw pillows and blankets, wall art and paintings, jewelry and accessories, children's room decorations, kitchen items and dishware. Many people bring these items home without any awareness of their potential spiritual impact. Look around your home now. You might be surprised to discover how many owl images have found their way into your living space over the years. The spiritual effects Padre Pio associated with these objects include disrupted sleep patterns or unusual dreams, a subtle feeling of being watched, difficulty concentrating during prayer, unexplained anxiety, particularly at night. But how could a simple decorative object cause such effects? Padre Pio explained that certain symbols carry spiritual resonances accumulated over centuries of human tradition and understanding. Regardless of our conscious awareness, these resonances continue to influence the spiritual atmosphere of our homes. If you've identified owl imagery in your home, here's how Padre Pio advised they should be carefully removed. Approach the removal with respect, not fear. If the item was a gift, mentally thank the giver for their intention. For valuable items, consider selling or donating them rather than discarding. After removal, introduce positive imagery to space, particularly natural elements like flowers, mountains, or symbols of faith. Many of Padre Pio's spiritual children reported significant changes after removing these objects: improved sleep, a lighter atmosphere, and greater peace in the home. But there's still one more object Padre Pio warned about, and it might be the most surprising yet. The third object Padre Pio warned against is perhaps the most unexpected and potentially the most disruptive to your home's spiritual protection. In his spiritual counseling sessions, documented by Father Alessio Parente, one of his close associates, Padre Pio specifically identified decorative masks as objects of spiritual concern. These include decorative wall masks from various cultures, carnival or festival masks kept as souvenirs, theatrical masks used as home decor, miniature mask collections or ornaments. But they're just decorative items, you might think. How could they possibly affect my home? Padre Pio, drawing on his profound spiritual gifts, explained something remarkable about masks. He noted that masks, by their very nature, represent concealment and altered identity. In a spiritual context, this symbolic meaning doesn't disappear simply because we view the object as decorative. During a counseling session with a troubled family in 1961, Padre Pio identified their collection of vacation souvenir masks as the source of their home's spiritual disruption. His insight, recorded in Father Parente's private journal but rarely shared publicly, revealed that masks can create what he called confusione spirituale, spiritual confusion in the home environment. The effects often manifest as communication problems between family members, a sense of hidden tensions or unspoken issues, difficulty discerning truth from deception, a general feeling of inauthenticity in relationships. What's particularly concerning is how common these items have become in modern home decor. Many people bring them home as souvenirs, receive them as gifts, or purchase them as artistic pieces without any awareness of their potential spiritual impact. If you've identified masks in your home, Padre Pio provided specific guidance for their removal. The best time for removal is morning, specifically as light enters your home. Handle the masks respectfully, acknowledging their cultural significance. Wrap them in a clean cloth before removing them from your home. After removal, clean the area with water containing sea salt, working from the entrance toward the center of the room. Many people who have followed this guide report significant improvements in family communication, a greater sense of authenticity in their relationships, and a lifting of that inexplicable heaviness that had settled over their home. Now that you know about these three objects, let me share some additional spiritual practices Padre Pio recommended to further protect and purify your home. Now that you're aware of these three objects that Padre Pio warned against, I want to share some additional spiritual practices he recommended for maintaining a protected home environment. These practices, drawn from Padre Pio's spiritual counseling but rarely compiled together, create a comprehensive approach to home protection. First, Padre Pio advised creating what he called punti di luce, points of light, in your home. Place blessed salt in small containers in the four corners of your main living areas. This practice, which he recommended to many troubled families, helps absorb negative energies and purify the atmosphere. Replace the salt weekly, disposing of the old salt in running water while saying a prayer of gratitude. Second, designate a sacred space in your home, no matter how small. In his guidance to one family experiencing spiritual disturbances, Padre Pio explained that even a small corner with a meaningful religious image can serve as a spiritual anchor for the entire home. Keep this area clean, peaceful, and free from electronics or distractions. Third, practice what Padre Pio called la pulizia spirituale, spiritual cleaning. This involves regular physical cleaning, which he taught has spiritual significance. Opening windows to allow fresh air and sunlight to enter, decluttering spaces to prevent energy stagnation, using blessed objects mindfully throughout the home. Pay special attention to your home's entryway. Padre Pio explained that this area serves as a transition between the outside world and your sanctuary. Keep it especially clean and consider placing objects of natural beauty near the entrance. Padre Pio also emphasized the importance of mindful speech within the home. He taught that the words spoken in space continue to resonate long after they're uttered. Practice speaking words of blessing, gratitude, and affirmation in your home. Introduce living plants, which Padre Pio referred to as divine expressions of life. Choose healthy, thriving plants with rounded leaves rather than sharp, pointed ones. Care for them attentively. Their vitality contributes to the spiritual health of your environment. Perhaps most importantly, establish a daily practice of gratitude. Padre Pio taught that genuine gratitude creates what he called a scudo spirituale, a spiritual shield, around your home that helps deflect negative influences and attract divine blessings. If you implement these practices alongside removing the three problematic objects, you're likely to experience a profound transformation in your home's atmosphere and your family's well-being. Conclusion, call to action, and final urgency. You've now discovered the three objects Padre Pio warned against keeping in your home: cracked or broken mirrors, owl imagery and figurines, decorative masks of any kind. More importantly, You've learned the proper way to remove them and the added spiritual practices that can transform your home into a sanctuary of peace and protection. This knowledge comes with responsibility. Now that you're aware of these spiritual insights, I encourage you to act promptly. Every day these objects stay in your home is another day of potential spiritual interference for you and your loved ones. Many people have already experienced remarkable transformations after applying these teachings. Families report renewed harmony and understanding. Individuals find deeper peace and better sleep. Some even notice improvements in financial circumstances and opportunities. Many experience a profound sense of spiritual lightness and clarity. If you found any of these objects in your home, I invite you to share your experience in the comments below. Your testimony might help someone else who's struggling with unexplained difficulties. Type "I choose protection" in the comments if you're committed to implementing these changes in your home. Remember, Padre Pio's spiritual insights weren't meant to create fear, but to empower us with understanding. By removing these objects and setting up positive spiritual practices, you're not just eliminating potential problems, you're actively creating a space where blessings can flourish. Don't forget to subscribe and activate notifications to receive more spiritual wisdom that can transform your life. Share this video with loved ones who might benefit from this knowledge. The peace, harmony, and protection you seek are within reach. The first step is yours to take. Until next time, may your home be blessed and protected.